Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be ranking the bosses from Dark Souls 3 in a tier list. We're going to be ranking them from S tier to D tier, and in case you have never seen a tier list, S rank stands for, the best of the best, and D stands for absolute garbage. So let's begin this, and the first boss on this list is going to be the Abyss Watchers. Now this is right away a tough boss to talk about and where to put. Honestly, I really like this boss a lot, but I'm not exactly sure where to put it. It's definitely between A and S. Mostly it's because of first phase. Second phase, it's to me definitely an S. I really like second phase. But first phase, I think the RNG plays a big part in this fight, and sometimes, you have to fight you always have to fight two of them at the same time. And that's like almost impossible, so you're just like running all the time away from them, and then the other Abyss Watcher shows up to help us, and sometimes the two guys that were fighting them just go straight at him and just kill him in 5 seconds, and then we have to continue running away from them. So I think the RNG plays an absolutely gigantic part on this fight, especially in first phase. And for that, I think I'm going to leave it at A. I also really like the soundtrack from this fight. I think this is probably going to be the best of the best when it comes to A rank. But because of the RNG from first phase, it's so arbitrary. It's so, you just never know what's going to happen. You're either going to run for like 2 or 3 minutes straight, or you're actually going to have some fun. Because of that, I think I cannot give them an S. But I think a lot of people give this boss an S, and it kind of deserves. But for me, again, first phase RNG, it's a very big thing. Now, the next boss on this list is the Ancient Wyvern, and I think this is an extremely easy pick. I'm not even gonna speak much about this boss. This is basically a dragon that shows up, and you think, holy shit, this is gonna be amazing, I'm gonna fight a dragon. But then what it happens is that you start hitting the dragon and nothing happens. His health bar basically stays the same almost, and then you realize that you have to run away. You have to fight a few enemies or just run away from them. You climb the ladder, and suddenly you jump on top of him, on his head, and you kill him in one hit. That's the boss. I mean, I think I should have given him some points for originality. It's different from any other boss in this game. But the fact that you could just kill an absolutely stellar looking dragon with just one hit, for me, it was a massive disappointment. And yeah, I really don't like this boss. I think it's pretty much consensual that nobody likes this boss. Next we have Iudex Gundyr, and this is our first boss in the game. And I absolutely love Iudex Gundyr. I think it's a really amazing first boss for this game. It's one of the best first bosses that fromsoftware has ever done. Not my favorite. I mean, I guess you already know which one is my favorite. But I really like Iudex Gundyr. I absolutely love his arena. I think it's super cool looking. The music, it's like a 10 out of 10. I mean, this game just has so many incredible soundtracks. And this is one that definitely, for me, is unbelievably good. First phase is almost flawless. It's really cool to dodge every single attack that he does or parry him. It's a boss that you can parry a lot. Second phase is where things go downhill a little bit for me. I mean, it's like really cool the first time you see it, his transformation and stuff. It was quite a surprise. But the fight itself, it's just not a lot of fun. The creature that he becomes, it's a little bit too big, and it's kind of confusing sometimes to understand what the hell is it doing. So I don't know, I found it a little bit of a mess, but it's still a really great start for a great game. So I'm gonna give him an A. Not as good as the Abyss Watchers, I mean, but close. And next we have High Lord Volnir, and yeah, this was a bit like Ancient Wyvern, kind of. It's an experience. It plays with the atmosphere, with the darkness, and it's like a gimmick fight. You have to find out what you have to do to kill him. And I don't know, like, of course it's kind of obvious that you have to hit the bracelets and all, but I think the problem with this boss is that it's kind of too easy once you know what to do. but at the same time it also has a little bit of problem with that like poison saying foxing attack that he has, where you're gonna die like in 1 second, and it's almost impossible way to, you know, run away from that. But yeah, visually it's very cool, and if you take too long to kill him, it just summons skeletons, and the fight just goes from very easy to extremely hard. I don't know. I like the concept, I like the visuals, but I think the difficulty was very poor balance in this fight. So I don't think it's a bad fight. I just, but it's not a good one as well. So I think I'm gonna leave it here at the B tier. It could have been better, but it's not terrible, that's for sure. And next we have, you know, Grave Tender and the Great Wolf, and this is a tough one to rank. I think a lot of people don't like this fight. I mean, I think it's mostly because it's in the DLC where you have Sister Friede, so such an incredible boss next to this one. But I don't know, Arena is absolutely incredible. It's one of the best in Dark Souls 3. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. The boss itself starts, you know, just us fighting, you know, the little guy with the shield, and that fight is just pretty average. It just feels like fighting a normal dude, so nothing much to talk about there. At least it's not very annoying. It's a very fair fight. And when you get to a certain, you know, point of the fight where you took a certain amount of health on the boss, the big wolf shows up, and then it's a 2v1 fight. And I really, really like the wolf. I think it's definitely the best part of the fight, and I guess it's a bit thrilling, you know, because you kind of feel that afraid of, you know, of not being able to kill the little guy before the wolf shows up, because the 2v1 becomes extremely hard to, you know, to beat. But I don't know, it's like a mixed bag, because, you know, again, the little guy is not that amazing, but the wolf is really cool. So I guess I cannot give it also more than a B, but I do think I like it more than Volnir. So yeah, not a bad boss like a lot of people seem to think. At least for me, I think this boss is pretty alright. So I'm gonna leave it on B. And next we have the Crystal Sage, and this is a boss that I'm really pity that it wasn't good, because you don't see a lot of witch bosses. I think it's kind of weird. I mean, so many games that I played, and you very rarely see, you know, witch bosses, and I think I think it's a very good way to make a boss. I mean, you have Eggs Marie in Crimson Desert, and it's a very cool boss. At least I think it is. But Crystal Sage, not very good one. It's a boss that just keeps teleporting from one side to the other, and it, you know, does replicants from herself, and just spams magic at you like non-stop. But at the same time is also a very easy boss with a very small health bar. So I don't know, it's not very interesting, this boss, honestly. I can't even put it on B. I don't like fighting the Crystal Sage. So to me it goes on C tier. Disappointing boss, most of all. Next we have the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, and holy shit. What a boss. What can I say? I mean, first of all, the arena is incredible. The surprise was also incredible. I did not expect that tree would move at the end of the arena. That was quite a surprise. I think that I also did not expect that, you know, at a certain point in the fight she would just fall. You know, the ground would just destroy, and we would fall on this you know, other part of the arena, let's call it that. So it's a boss with many surprises, gorgeous arena, but the fight itself not so good. You have a lot of enemies that you have to kill before you actually do damage to her, and then you have to hit her on the balls, which is kind of weird. And then, you know, in the second phase she has like this really annoying arm that is just grabbing us all the time. But, you know, because it's so original, it has so many surprises, and the visuals are incredible, the arena is really good, I'm gonna give him a B. Yeah, call me crazy, but I don't think the Cursed Rotted Greatwood is that bad. Now, do I like it more than Volnir? Probably not, though. I think I'm gonna leave it here. And next we have the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, and I'm gonna go straight away to the ranking. This is one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. I absolutely love the dancer. She's actually one of my favorite bosses in all of Souls. There's so much to say about this boss. I mean, the cutscene is incredible. She just comes, from the ceiling in this creepy way, and then the fight starts, and the music is just so unbelievable, man. Like, the sound of her footsteps just match so freaking well with the way she moves. The environment of the church or whatever, or that chapel with the candles everywhere, and the way she moves, man, the grace of her attacks, like, everything is just so freaking spectacular, man. Like, she has so many different combos, and they feel so unbelievable to dodge them. I don't know, man. To me, she's like a perfect boss, pretty much. There's almost nothing I have bad things to say about her. The dancer is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Which is something I cannot say for the next boss, which is Yorm the Giant. I mean, Yorm starts off really well. We have, the cutscene, and he looks amazing. He's sitting on this big ass throne. And when you see him running in, coming in your direction, you feel like, holy shit, this is going to be amazing. And, there's some really cool things. Again, like, the boss looks amazing. The arena is beautiful as well. Yeah, I really like to see him destroy absolutely everything. The music is also good for this fight. But, killing him is just not that great. You have to use a certain weapon to be able to do, like, proper damage to him. And you hit him like 5 times and he dies, and that's it. I mean, you can actually fight him with a normal weapon, but I tried and it seems to last forever, so I just stopped trying. So yeah, man, like, it's a boss that it just feels like kind of wasted potential. It's good, but it could have been amazing, and I think it's a massive disappointment for that. So this one is a hard one. I don't know if I can give it an A, honestly, but I kind of want to. This is one of the hardest for me. I'm gonna put it on A. I don't know if I'm gonna change it later, but for now it stands on A. It's definitely between a B and an A. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. And next we have Aldrich. Holy shit, this is a hard one as well. This boss really confuses me a lot. I don't know if I love it or I just like it. Because this boss has a lot of good things. First of all, I think it looks absolutely amazing. The arena is, I mean, how can you not say anything about the arena? Because, this is where, Ornstein and Smaug, we fought them for the first time, so, it brings a lot of memories. And the pillars in this fight are also, useful because, you can just stay behind them because of his magic spamming attacks. I really, really love the arrow attack. Call me crazy, but I really like that, the visuals and running in front of the arrows and seeing them getting closer and closer to us. I don't know, I think it's very, very exciting to, avoid that attack. He also has some cool swings. In the second phase, he brings, all the AoEs, exploding everything and fire on the floor and stuff like that, and he teleports from one side to the other. I don't know, it's... I don't even know what I don't like about Aldrich, to be honest. But I also don't love it. I don't know, man. It's not a boss that I'm thinking, whoa, I cannot wait to fight Aldrich. That simply does not happen. But there's almost nothing bad about this boss. So I'm going to put it on A, man. Call me crazy, but I'm going to put Aldrich on A. And next we have Dark Eater Midir, which if you've seen, my... oldest videos, I'm a sucker for Midir. I think, again, this is the best dragon fight they ever done. Yes, I think it is better than, Bale. And he's one of the best bosses in Dark Souls 3. Even better than Dancer of the Boreal Valley. The reasons why I love this boss, well, you fight him first on this bridge, and it's really... I mean, even before fighting on this bridge, you see him on top of this place, and he starts flying over you and starts throwing fire, and you go like, holy shit, I'm gonna fight this. And then you fight him once on this bridge, and it's really, really cool, and he falls down from that bridge, and then there's like this hidden wall, and you climb a few ladders, and you go down a few ladders, and then you do this crazy jump, and you enter this arena, and he's there on the floor, and you're going his direction, and the guy just gets up and screams in your direction, and it's so unbelievable. And then the music starts, and holy shit, to me is easily one of the best soundtracks of all time in any From Software game. Like, I think it's top 10. Just so you are clear that I absolutely love the soundtrack for this fight. And then this is an incredible boss, man. He has so many attacks. There are people out there saying this boss has like 4 or 5 attacks, and I just feel like laughing. This boss has probably like 15 attacks, and I'm not exaggerating. And it's a super fun fight to do, you know, because he has like fire attacks, he has laser attacks, he has flying attacks, he has charge attacks. The guy shoots like I don't know what it's called, like sorry, the word is like souls or something that just go in the air and chase you. Yes, of course, that's very cinematic super laser attack that he does almost before he, you know, can actually kill him, when he's almost, you know, very close from doing the you know, our final attack on him where we stab him in the face. I don't know, second phase is cool. I wish second phase he had a few more attacks. He does add a few more, but not that many. That definitely could have improved a little bit, but it's a stellar boss in my opinion. Amazingly visual, one of the best soundtracks ever. The fight is super fun to do, and yeah, one of the best bosses in this game, and one of the best in the series for me. And sorry to all the Bale fans. So it's time to go with Beacons of the Deep, and this is a boss that a lot of people seem to hate. That's not the case for me. I think this boss is not good in any way, shape or form. They look kind of silly. They almost don't feel like a boss, but I really love getting my twin blades and just completely annihilate them over and over again. I don't know, it's just satisfying to just demolish like 3 or 4 or 5 in a row, and then they just grow back up and you continue killing tons of them. I don't know, I just think it's kind of a funny fight. It's a very easy one, but I was kind of surprised when I did my level 1 run. I actually died quite a few times to them. It was kind of hilarious, but I don't know, I like the concept, especially the curse thing, even though I think that's one of the problems of the fight, you know, when they do that black thing on the air. I think if that was done faster, it would give us, you know, a more urgency to end the fight as fast as possible, but it takes so long, so it becomes very easy to do this fight. But I do like the idea, it's just not very well done. So maybe here, maybe a B, maybe better than the Curse Rotted Greatwood, and not as good as Volnir. Next we have Demon Prince, and this is considered by many people the best gang fight ever made. I'm not so sure about that, honestly. I like the entrance in the fight, it's absolutely amazing. The music, it's pretty alright as well, pretty good. The visuals of them, it's really good. I love their appearance, but I do think first phase is actually not that amazing. I don't know, man, especially like when they do like that 5 or 6 hit combo. It just feels a bit silly, because as soon as you dodge the first, they just keep going, and you know, it just doesn't feel like we're fighting like these real creatures or something. Like if a creature, you know, would start doing an attack and then we dodge behind her, she would turn away right away, but they just keep on going and they go like super crazy far from you. I know it's AI, I mean, they are programmed to do that, but I know, visually, to me, just seeing them going away from you and attacking the air non-stop for like 5 attacks in a row or something like that, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me. And you know, the other one just stays behind, far away from you, just throwing these purple things at you that explode. I don't know, it's cool, but I don't understand a little bit the hype on this boss when it comes to the part of the gang fight, of us fighting the two. But when the Demon Prince shows up, No, that's incredible. That's an S tier rank fight without a doubt. It's absolutely amazing. I think the transformation when he just does that scream is just one of the coolest things in all of the games. I love the scream and the sound of it. The entire thing. That moment is one of the best in Dark Souls 3. And then the fight against him is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the fact that you can fight like two versions depending on which, first, which one of those two you kill first. That's also an incredible concept. So for that, it's an S tier. I gotta give it. There's no way I'm not gonna put this in S tier, even though I don't understand very much the hype on the first phase. Now, next we have Vort of the Boreal Valley. This is our second boss in the game, unless you decide to fight the Dancer first. And Vort is cool, I guess. That's exactly the best word to describe this boss. He looks like a big dog that, just wants to destroy us with a big hammer, or whatever that weapon is. And I don't know, it's kind of an easy boss, which is fine for a second boss in the game. His music is pretty much like very famous because it's used in a lot of meme videos, and it's a really, really good song, definitely. Arena is pretty alright, nothing special, nothing to write home about. But again, I do like, especially when it starts in second phase, not only because of the music, but also, because he charges at us like 3 times in a row or something, and then he just starts doing like this wind attack or whatever, or this ice attack or something. So it's a fun boss. Definitely nothing out of this world, but I'm gonna give him an A. Now, is he better than Yorm in Aldrich? That seems a bit of a stretch, honestly. So I think I'm going to leave him here in A. And I think a lot of people are not going to agree with me putting them on A, but I don't know. I like him. Next we have Dragon Slayer armor, and this boss is so underrated, man. I don't understand it. This boss is amazing. I really love the Dragon Slayer armor. His visual is incredible. I think he's one of the coolest looking bosses in the game. Kick-ass armor, kick-ass shield. His weapon is also absolutely amazing. It's a very fast boss with absolutely stellar attacks that, they just feel like crazy powerful, crazy strong. The guy destroys his entire arena sometimes, depending on where he is and where he attacks, of course. Second phase is not that amazing. You have those like flying dragon creatures or wherever they are, and they just start spamming like, fire balls at you or something, and it can get a little bit in the way, but at the same time you also get some really amazing attacks in second phase. And I really like the pressure that it puts on us. The guy's always chasing us the entire time. The soundtrack for this fight is also absolutely amazing. So, call me crazy, but I think the Dragon Slayer armor is an S tier fight. He's even better than the Abyss Watchers. Yeah, I'll put him there. Next we have Half-Light, Light, and this is probably one of the most hated fights in this game from many rankings that I've seen other people do, and I agree with him. This fight sucks ass, and the fact that it is the boss that you fight before Gale, it's absolutely insane. How did they make such a bad fight and then such a good one? But, the thing I like less about this fight is two things. First of all, the fact that you have to listen to the dialogue from, that priest or whatever every single time you die to him. That is boring as shit. And then the fact that you have to fight these, like, little ninjas or something that showed up, like, 2 times during the fight. Half-Light, himself is not that bad. But I do really hate those 2 things that I mentioned. And again, it's just fighting a little dude. It's very forgettable. I beat him first try, which is kind of crazy. I rarely beat a boss first try, and I could not care less about this boss. It's just a time wasting thing before the real fight, which is Gale. So I don't think it's horrible though. So I'm gonna put him. Is he better than Crystal Sage though? I don't know, man. Tough call, this one. I'm gonna put it here. Doesn't matter. It's not important. Next, we're gonna go with Champion Gundyr, and I mean, you guys saw that I already enjoyed Gundyr a lot, and I love Champion Gundyr even more. This time we don't have, that shitty second phase. This time we just fight him, and he does have a second phase, but he doesn't, change his appearance or becomes this big ass monster. It's just him again, but even with more attacks. This is one of the most intense fights, not just in Dark Souls 2, but in all of the games. This guy will chase you through the entire arena, and this guy does not stop attacking. It is absolutely amazing. I love this fight. Even like in a parry perspective, it is just so fun to parry this guy because his attacks are like so intense, man. The guy is so fast, and it just feels so goddamn cool to parry this boss. So yeah, very easy S rank for me. I'm gonna put him here. Yeah, better than these two, not better than the dancer. And next we have Sister Friede. This is one of my top 10 favorite bosses in the entire series. She's absolutely perfect. She has 3 phases, incredible soundtrack, stellar visuals. I like all 3 phases. First one, I love the music, how slow it is, and it fits so well with the atmosphere. I like the disappearing attack that she has. In second phase, I really love fighting her and her father at the same time. The cutscene is so incredible. I love when the father just screams. It's just so cool. And I really think it's one of the best gang fights they ever done. I think it works perfectly. Third phase is a blast. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's one of the hardest. She is the hardest boss for me in Dark Souls 3 by a landslide. And third phase is just pure perfection, pure adrenaline, pure spectacle. So yeah, very easy S rank and the best boss so far in this list. Yeah, very easy pick. Now we have Lothric and Lorian. And I'm a sucker for this boss. I absolutely love this fight. Everything about it. Like, this is probably the best boss ever when it comes to, being a boss that teleports constantly. Some bosses can be quite annoying when they teleport, but this boss works incredibly well, man. Like, it is a very intense fight, very fast fight. I love the appearance from both of them. I like, the second phase where they just, he goes on top of his brother and just starts spamming magic attacks, and then you kill, the big one, and then you think that the fight is over, but no, the other one just resurrects him, and the fight just keeps going. This was one of the hardest fights for me on my first playthrough. The music is absolute perfection, is epic as shit. The cutscene is awesome. Is another perfect boss, an absolutely stellar S rank, goddamn amazing boss. Lothric and Lorian are amazing. And next we have another amazing boss. We have the Nameless King. Absolutely incredible entrance. As soon as we enter, we have like this badass dude just riding a dragon, and he just stops in front of us in this absolutely gorgeous arena. Seriously, one of the best arenas in the series for me. And, first phase is not that great, mostly because the camera can go a little bit crazy sometimes, because we have to kind of focus on the head of the dragon or the wyvern or whatever that is. And I also don't like very much of the visuals of the wyvern. I think it looks a bit silly. But, once that fight is down, once you get used to it, it's not that bad. And again, visually, it's kind of cool, to see the whole thing. But second phase is basically where, the awesomeness begins. You have this guy with tons of health that can kill you in like 2 hits. And he was super famous, this boss, when Dark Souls 2 came out. He was considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest boss at the time. It was pretty much between him and Orphan of Kos. I didn't find him like that crazy hard, but he still kicked my ass quite a good amount of times. And second phase is really perfection. I absolutely love pretty much every single attack he has. And later into the fight, the guy just starts spamming laser attacks everywhere, lightning attacks, I mean, everywhere. It's just super cool. So very hard boss. Cool music as well, one of the best arenas of all time. And yeah, easy S rank as well. It's very hard to decide where to put him though, I'm not gonna lie. This is a very tough one. But maybe here, maybe. I'll leave him there. So next we have Osiris, and this is a tough one as well to decide where to put. Osiris has some good things definitely, and some bad ones. Like good ones, I like the cutscene is really good. The voice is amazing. I love his voice, especially when he screams, you know, Ocelot is just so freaking cool. But then you look at him and I do not like his appearance. He looks like he's made of plastic. It's like we're fighting a toy. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Especially like when he's standing up. When he goes into second phase and he goes down on his 4 limbs or whatever, it's a lot better. It feels more natural. But him standing up, he really looks like a plastic dragon or something. I don't know, it just feels kind of ridiculous. I do not like his appearance very much. The fight itself, it's kind of a mixed bag. Yes, some cool attacks, but also some attacks that are quite shitty, especially the charge. I think the charge attack is absolutely bullshit. There's no way a human being can react to that shit. Most of the bosses have some kind of tell where you realize that, you know, they're gonna start this or that attack. That shit has nothing. He just goes. It's as simple as that. The guy just does the goddamn charge and he doesn't care about us. He just completely runs us over, and I hate it. So yeah, Osiris is definitely a B tier boss. That's a very easy pick. Where to put him though? Probably it's either here or ahead. I don't know, I think I'm going to leave him here. I really like the wolf. So this is a tough one between these two, but I think I'm going to put him here. Now, Old Demon King, it's a boss that seems to be kind of mixed, you know, in ranking videos. Some people say it's an underrated boss, some people say it's absolute shit. And honestly, I'm not a fan of this boss. First of all, visually is like, I think, pretty much the same as like this enemy that we just fought like 10 minutes before we get to him. The arena is pretty average, pretty meh, nothing much to say about. The soundtrack, I can't even remember the soundtrack for this guy. And the fight itself, I don't know, it's just average, man. I think it's the best way to you know, to talk about this boss. It's just an average, forgettable boss. He has this kind of cool thing, like when he's almost dead, like you think it's over, and the guy does like a final attack or something like that. And he actually killed me once doing that. So not a good memory. But I don't know, I'm definitely not a fan of this boss. Do I hate it? No. Do I like it? No as well. So I'm just gonna leave it here on the B tier. And I think I'm gonna put him in last, man. There's nothing memorable about this boss at all. At least the Cursed Rotted Great Food has the visuals and the surprises. This boss got nothing. It's not a bad boss, just very forgettable. And next we have Pontiff Sullivan, and yeah, this is a very easy pick, I mean, as well. This guy is just stellar. He was my first wall in Dark Souls 3, one of the hardest bosses in the game. I died like crazy in this boss. He seemed impossible, honestly. This guy has a ton of combos. He has all the style in the world. One of the best arenas in the game. One of the best soundtracks in the game. Second phase is also very cool. Not as cool as the first. I do like first phase more. Sometimes, you know, him and his shadow can, you know, not be on the same sync, you know, because you hit one of them, or a Pontiff can stagger or something like that. So sometimes it gets a little bit confusing, but it's definitely an S-rank fight. Everything about this boss is amazing, and I think I like him even more than Nameless King, to be honest. Is he better than the brothers though? Maybe not. So I'll leave him here. And just look at this shit, man. Look at all the S-rank bosses this game has. And look who's next. Guess where Gale is gonna go. So yeah, Slave Knight Gale. There's not much to talk about. I mean, everyone knows Gale. This guy is pretty much in so many people's best boss ever lists, you know, in all of Souls, and some people even call him the best boss ever made in video games. To me, that's a good call. I think it's a perfect boss, one of the best ever, not just in FromSoftware, but in any game ever. The guy looks amazing. Soundtrack is a 10 out of 10. The arena is incredible. You're fighting at the end of the world, pretty much. I like his voice. Absolutely amazing voice. I kind of know a bit of his lore as well. I'm not much of a lore kind of guy, but his lore is also cool. And the fight is perfection, man. It's just super fun. It's one of the most fun bosses out there. I love his cape. I love the lightnings. I love the skulls. I love the flips on the air. I love the discs. I love the, you know, not the shotgun, you know, the bow, the crossbow. It's just super stylish fight. Yeah, perfect boss. The best boss in Dark Souls 3. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm just a sucker for Slave Knight Gale. What can I say? Even after all these years. And to finish it all, we have the final boss from the game, Soul of Cinder. Soul of Cinder is absolutely amazing for me, even though he has some problems, I think. I mean, I think they are a little bit of a problems. On his first phase, he has like 4 different, you know, he can become like 4 different, I don't know what to call it, characters or whatever. He can fight in 4 different ways. And I think in 2 of them, I'm just not much of a big fan, because I don't think he leaves a lot of openings, especially in one of them where the guy just attacks nonstop at a crazy speed. So I don't think Soul of Cinder is like a perfect boss. He has one of the best soundtracks in the game. The arena is also one of the best. He is an incredible final boss. I think a lot of people consider him a little bit too easy for a final boss, but I did struggle like crazy on him. Even though, and I did a lot of speedruns on this game, and he's always one of the hardest to beat on a speedrun. Also one of the hardest to do without taking any damage. It's a very, very big challenge. Second phase, it's, you know, it's pretty much an homage to Gwyn, which is cool, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Gwyn or whatever. But I think it's also an incredible way to finish the fight, and he gets his moveset and all. I can imagine, you know, the big fans of Gwyn even start crying or something because of this. So it's a proper way to finish this game. It's a really, really cool boss. I just think 2 of his, you know, stances or whatever you call them that are not that great. So I just see myself running away from him until he changes back to one that I like. So, but I'm still gonna give him an S rank. This is a very hard boss to pick where to put him. Very hard, but I think I'm gonna leave him here. And just look at this. I mean, just look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bosses in the S rank. It is just crazy. And I'm like very tempted to put Abyss Watchers here, man. Honestly, they kind of deserve it. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 has an incredible boss roster. I've done a video, you know, on the quality of the bosses from, you know, FromSoftware games. In case you have not seen it, I'm going to leave it at the end of this video. And yeah, this is my ranking of the Dark Souls 3 bosses. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And as always, I will see you again, because I still have to do Dark Souls 2 tier list, which is going to take some time because it's a big one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I see you guys on the next one. Stay well, everyone. Bye bye.